the last week we have gone through the string and date function. So this week I plan for the new number functions and logical functions. We will just jump directly into the number functions.
Jairam, a quick recap, just mentioning of those previous functions. Okay, we don't have to go and talk about anything, just go one by one, that's all, and then we will just move on. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Date, add, date.
Okay. Name.
Perfect.
So date part, date trunk, day. So is date, make date time. So make date time, those come under type conversion function rather than date.
Okay.
Now, and these are the 12 functions in date.
Okay.
I will switch on this screen. As char function contains ends with find left length lower L trim. So basically the name only says everything. Lower in the sense lower L trim, left trim, or starts with trim function, upper function, mid function, replace, right, or so 16 functions. So basically we no need to remember any function name or like syntax. So basically if we are with the idea like if you want to do the purpose, do we have any function or not? If we know that much, that's enough, because Tableau has everything, function, syntax, everything in the dialog box itself. When you create new calculation and if you type any function, right side it will show the syntax and purpose, everything. So now we will quickly jump on to number and logic. So number function, first one, absolute function. What it does, its absolute function returns the absolute value of the number irrespective of the sign. So degree function returns basically converts the radians to degrees. And exponential function, as we all know, exponential function is direct, like e power something. If you want to use, then we can use the exponential function. And also you people might get a question like what there is a need for okay. The degrees, why do we need degrees is some visualizations like where we make orbit chart, which Jagdish took in one of the pop show, and radial bar chart. For all those we use trigonometric function to achieve the circularity, all those. So in that case we need the degree function and radian function, all those. So I found one of the application of the trigonometric function and degrees, all those, is to make some of the customized visualization like orbit chart and radial bar chart, all those. Maybe some other function, some other applications also might be there, but I am not aware. So ln function, this is basically, it returns the nature log of the number. Log function returns the log of the number based on the given base, at any base whichever you want. If no base is provided, by default it takes 10, which is like mathematically, if no base is mentioned, it will be like base to the power 10. And pi function returns the value of pi. Power function, so power function is basically, it's like quite direct. So number and the exponent, if you give number and the function if you give, and if you use the power function, you'll be able to calculate. A radian function, as I said already, similar to degree. If you give the degrees, you will be able to get the radians. And round number is usually used to truncate the number to the number of decimal digits we want. So this avoids the error which we generally get because of the truncation. Just randomly we will give percentage decimal 2 places, even that also it works. But if you are more specific, then we can use the round function, so we will get the number of decimals as mentioned. Sign function, so sign returns only the sign, not the value. Like if it is positive, it will return +1, and negative In that case, -1. If it is 0 or I raised, it will return 0. Also, square root function is straightforward. Like if you want to find the square root of some function, maybe in some formulas or calculated field, we might use this function to calculate square root, square, all those. So in that case, we can use square root as well as square, whichever we need. All these functions are like straightforward, and syntax is also square root of number whichever you want to find, and for square also same case. Zn function, this is like most important function. In the sense, sometimes value may not be there. For example, assume in a calculated field you have 3 fields and one is 0, remaining all have values, and if you are doing addition or division or multiplication, what happens is, though for example, assume profit loss, okay, so profit minus loss is the net amount you get, or some maybe sales, okay, selling price, cost price, we can keep like that. So selling price minus cost price will give us the profit or loss. Basically, if it is greater than 0, then profit, less than 0, loss. Some case, what happen if the data is not there for any one of the field, what it does is 52, assume like 2 values. So if it is null is there in one value, in the other value, if you other field you have value. So see, because of null is there, what it returns is the outcome will be null. Though we have one field like profit, and if it one field selling price and cost price, if the value is not there and it's null, then in that case it will return the outcome as null. To avoid that situation, what we can use is Zn function. So what does is, for example, 5,000 you keep as selling price and cost price we don't have data, or it is null. So in that case, what it does is it will return 0. So we'll get it as like 5,000. If we don't use the Zn function, it will return null. So we may not have like idea where's the problem or where's the thing. So in order to convert the nulls as 0, we can use Zn function. So Zn function converts the particular field to null if it is 0. Particular field to 0 if it is null. So sine function returns directly the value of sine. But the syntax is like we have to specify the angle in radians. So if you are not having the angles in radians, then we can degrees, then you can use the function radians. So sine, inside we can use the radians, then we can put the degree, so it will return the angle from degrees to radians, and we can get the value of sine. So as I mentioned already, this trigonometric function we basically use to make the customized visualizations. And similarly, sine, cos, we have all tan, cot, and asine is nothing but sine inverse. So if we sine inverse returns the R sine of the number, and the result will be in radians. Cos returns the cos inverse and the tan inverse. And coming to the max and min function, so max function basically returns the maximum on the single expression. So it will be like row wise. So if you it will be in a row wise based on the, if you don't fix the level of detail, so by default it will take in a row wise, and if you type the max, then it will execute it at row wise, and it returns the maximum of both the field numbers in both the fields. And minimum functions also similar to max, it returns the minimum value in the min function. So now we will switch on to logical functions. So now we have gone to
Jairam, one quick thing. Jairam, sorry. Hey, just go back to the max, etc. So max, and I think you had one other function. Min function, yeah, okay. So, see, I didn't understand when you said it will take rows. Is it? What exactly do you mean there?
So sometimes if you type like max profit, you can see all the numbers will. Okay, let me.
So in, for example, see, I think in Tableau we can only specify a field name, right?
We can specify the field name, but in some case you can use, for example, for fixed city, for particular city, if you want to find the max sales. So in that case we can use LOD. So if you fix the city level, though if you put the sales like what in the city, whichever has maximum sales, only that comes. Other than that, if you use max sales, no difference between putting sales and max sales. Like each row, that will be the max, and it will get executed and so.
Okay, got it. Got it. So, see, I'm trying to understand. how this works. Maybe a couple of examples here will help,
Yeah.
Jairam, if possible. So yeah.
So the function min slightly works like in this particular case little different from the aggregation min. So if we drop the Jairam, can you drop like minimum category is good, and drop profit into columns with aggregation minimum.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's taking basically in that particular furniture category of all the rows, it's giving me minimum, what is the minimum profit recorded at a row level. Okay. If you write the function as a calculated field like minimum of profit, it will give based on the level of view. So at present we have at a category level view, so it will give the same thing. So and other thing Jairam told in the PPT is like if we have two things like inside minimum, if we have profit and there is one more field, let's say sales, I think then it will result a minimum of those both. Is that correct? Is that correct, Jairam?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Got it. So maximum similarly would give maximum of both. So basically, if you just give one field, then it will look at it at a row level and then give you the sort of maximum number. If it is a max, for example, that we're using, then in that particular field, it will give you the least. And if we have to do a sort of a segment, sort of a maximum within a segment of the data, then we have to use an LOD to get the right number. Is that right? So for example, if we say, okay, I want minimum of the furniture category, for example, then you do write an LOD, and then on top of it, use the max or the min.
Depends.
And also there is a need for LOD when the furniture is not in the utilization. If it is there, then if you write LOD also, it doesn't make any sense.
Just repeat that, Jairam.
If in view already furniture is there, and if you write LOD, it doesn't make
a difference
or something.
It's the same, yeah.
So
because you already have the same sub-segment. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Understood. Okay, good, great, thank you.